Hi, my name's Leanne Wray. I'm an Australian living in London. I'm 43. Got into sport in general, one might say, a long time ago when I joined the military, but I'm not a sporty person. I did it because I had to. So I have no great background as an athlete. One of those people, I played a bit of sport at school, had a bit of a go, got my butt kicked around a lot when I joined the military. I was in the Navy for 10 years. And it was conditioned to having a go and not stopping at anything, but I've never represented my state or country in anything. But I've always known that I needed to stay on top of my fitness. Moved to the UK about 15 years ago and was living in Yorkshire, very much a normal life, a little bit of sport here and there, maybe like the gym, everyone does a bit of aerobics, a bit of this and that, but never really found anything that particularly made me stay somewhere for a very great period of time. Cut a long story short, went through a divorce in the last few years, realised that I needed to find a way to channel my energy in a healthy way during that period of time. And a friend very insistently suggested I try a thing called CrossFit because she found it fantastic. She's like me, we're slightly taller women, and she assured me that it was about yourself and just getting strong, and I liked the sound of that. So I tried it and I found that I really liked the honesty of it. I'm an average Joe, felt very accepted, and I liked the training with proper weights and heavier weights. I had done I'd always done stuff in the gym before, and I liked that, and I liked the effect on my body. I liked, I wasn't afraid of weights, and I always thought that women who, in the early days of bodybuilding, I thought it looked lovely and athletic and strong. My preference is not for the very extreme side of that, but so I was always dabbled around the edges of that. So then coming back to this as a 43-year-old, it's been fantastic, and as it turns out, it suits me. The variety of whether something's a running or a gymnasticsy, but the weight particularly, the weight training, I've really enjoyed that, and I find that I actually crave it as part of my day. It helps keep me sane and calm and focused. So that's where I'm at, and I'm working toward becoming a coach at CrossFit, learning how to be a good coach, I hope, in time, and just being a better lifter and a better athlete. But just as a real person living a real life, trying to fit it all in.
Fantastic. So can you outline your weekly training routine if you do have one?
Yeah, I do. It's one of those things I aspire to in a perfect week. I would do maybe say a CrossFit on a Monday, Olympic lifting on a Tuesday, CrossFit on a Wednesday, rest on a Thursday, do some CrossFit on a Friday, and lift on a Saturday. So a 3 on, 1 off, 2 on, 1 off. I've been fitting in a little bit of gymnastics, 1-to-1s, trying to improve that. I say that's my aspirational week. Real life gets in the way, but I try and train it a minimum of 3 times per week, and I find that anything less and I feel a bit anxious, and then I try and do no more than 5 times a week.
Okay, fantastic. And what success in your training are you most proud of?
That I go. If I have to be honest, it's that I've stuck at it. Yes, I'm pleased that my technique in Olympic lifting, I'm working very hard at that. I think technique is everything, getting a good basis for that. And then the weight is coming. But I think it's that I've been consistent, and that I haven't listened to the little chattering voice in my head that says you're too tired, you're too busy, you're aching. I think that's actually a pretty big goal for me. I haven't really stuck at something like this before, if I'm honest.
Nice. So what do you find a bit more difficult about the training then? What really challenges you? This might sound really silly to some people, but it's learning how to train. It's not about lifting weights. Like the lifting itself is a straightforward thing. We do it in life. We lift heavy object, but it's learning how to be disciplined and having a quiet mind to focus on the task. I tend to overthink things before I'm
about to lift something, and that has been for me actually the hardest part of it. And the other thing is actually believing that I'm an athletic person and enjoying taking pride of that, you know. So they're perhaps not, again, not the standard things, but there are aspects for me that has been a massive challenge to not feel like I don't belong, because I do belong.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If you had one piece of advice to share with other women who are interested in weight or strength training, what would that be?
Quality of coaching, absolutely. And going alongside of that would be just surround yourself with really supportive people. They don't have to be people that even understand what you're doing, but people who aren't going to try and sabotage it, people who just really are proud of you. I find that those two things, so getting good technical, safe advice, because if that happens, you feel you'll be successful, you won't be injured, and you'll learn a really great foundation for progress. And then on the other hand, you want people that are just really proud of you and that won't try and take you off your track. They may not get the journey, but they get how it makes you feel, and for me that's been really important.
Wonderful. Okay, that's everything. Thank you so much for doing the interview, Leanne.
My pleasure.
I appreciate it.